Mask mandates and mandates against masks. It's a very confusing time right now, and so many people are divided on the issue. So far, a total of 8 states have issued bans against mask mandates. 9 News legal analyst Whitney Traylor joins us live to talk about whether that's even legal. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Corey. Good to be here.
Oh, this is a lot to cover. So we've talked a lot recently about the legality of vaccine mandates, but we haven't discussed some of the recent mask mandates. So let's start there. Are mask mandates legal?
I think the short answer is yes, mask mandates are going to be legal. And I go back to the 1905 U.S. Supreme Court case in which the court actually authorized and said that mandated vaccines were lawful. And so masks don't go quite as far as vaccines. I'm also looking at some litigation here in Colorado. There was a case against FedEx, and a FedEx package handler said he didn't want to wear the mask. He actually sued, and United States Magistrate Judge Kristen Mix dismissed the claim and said, look, there's not any authority for you to fight this mask mandate. And employers, counties, governments have the authority to essentially issue the mask mandates. Now, there's different contexts. There's obviously a lot of litigation, both in Colorado and across the nation. So it will continue to develop. But as of now, I think the science shows that masks work and the judges rely on that. And so I think a mask mandate is going to be upheld.
Now, on the flip side, several states have went the opposite way and actually banned mask mandates. Tell us about those states and whether such a ban is legal.
It's interesting, right? Everybody's banning one thing or another. So, in fact, 8 states have said we are banning a mask mandate, meaning it's unlawful to force people to wear a mask. And most of these are southern states. And I'll look at Texas, for example. Their governor issued such an order. But interestingly, over the last month, Texas has had a 400% increase in hospitalizations. So in that state, there's a number of counties actually suing the governor saying, hey, you can't prohibit us from a mask mandate. So there's a lot of litigation. Oklahoma is the 4th state to face such a challenge. The governor issued a ban on mask mandates, and the school board is challenging it. So those cases haven't been decided, but 3 of them actually have hearings today. So I suspect that banning where a state or a governor says, hey, you cannot enforce a mask mandate, I think that's going to be unlawful. If a county wants to issue a mask mandate because of the public health, I think the courts will allow it.
Yeah, so you have looked at the statistics for counties with mask mandates and counties that have bans on mask mandates. You mentioned a little bit right now, Texas. What other findings did you see?
It's interesting because, the debate, you said it early, Corey, how strongly people feel on one side or the other, just like, the anti-vaxxers are feeling just as strong that this is being forced down their throat, whereas, the folks in favor of a vaccine are saying, look, we can get this whole thing behind us if folks just get the vaccine. So there has been some studies. It shows that the masks actually do make a difference. And I just looked at some statistics in Kansas, and they had a mask mandate in 24 of their counties, and 81 of the counties, they opted out of the mask mandate. Well, the 24 counties that had the mask mandate, they saw an overall decrease in the number of coronavirus. The 81 counties that opted out of the mask mandates, they, of course, saw an increase. So there's a lot of correlation that show the masks actually work and decrease the numbers when they're mandated.
Well, it's all, like I said, a very confusing time, and you cannot make everyone happy, as we have been finding out. It's so divided, 50-50 all over. So we appreciate you going over this with us, and I'm sure a lot more is going to come from this conversation down the road.
It's good to be here. There will be a lot of litigation. And to the parents out there, I would say go and look at what the county is doing, what the school is doing. A lot of the universities are mandating the mandates, but some are leaving, not mandating it and giving exceptions. So parents, it's a tough time. Everybody take a deep breath, and hopefully we'll get through this together. But you just have to do the research in your individual county.
Whitney, as always, really appreciate it.
Good to be here. Have a good Friday, everybody.
You too.